Yesterday, as you opened it, the president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, he almost, as he was addressing the nation, he almost became the topic of the day. He talked about arresting your supporters in Mbarara, that you and the entire NUP members transport supporters from different places to other places. What would be your take on that?
Thank you very much. Maybe before I answer your question, allow me to reiterate the last part of my message in English. I want to once again encourage fellow Ugandans not only to defend those that are being attacked for holding the national flag in high regard and having it in their businesses, but I encourage you, if you see somebody's shop and you see that person is a patriotic Ugandan flying the national flag proudly in their business, please support them even if you don't need what they are selling. If you see a border rider flying the national flag on their border, support them. Let this flag be something that brings us together even more. Make them feel proud of having the national flag. Now to respond to your question, General Museveni yesterday said that we transport our crowds with us. It's interesting, but again, I don't look at General Museveni with anger, I look at him with pity. We must all understand to be kind. I know that courtesy of his age is being fed by false intelligence. But I also know that Museveni is a chronicle liar. Now here is a man accusing us of the things that he actually does. You all know that he ferries crowds, and when he can't ferry them, he orders school head teachers, primary or secondary, to forcefully bring the pupils or students in his rally venues and dress them in yellow t-shirts. You've seen that everywhere. And even when they go there, they're not allowed to leave, not even for a short call, because he has to posture. You also know that the police and military has been closing roads on us, and where we've been allowed to pass, not more than 5 cars are always allowed to pass. So how are we transporting crowds? You notice that the police and military, even when we are moving in the dusty roads where they allow us to pass, they always stop borders from following us. You have been following. Every roadblock is meant to stop supporters, borders, who we don't even know where they're coming from, but they are joining us as a show of solidarity. They stop them in order to deny us crowds. But because he knows that everywhere we reach, there are crowds of people that are yearning for a message of a new Uganda. So, like I said earlier, I don't want to be in the business of exchanging accusations with General Museveni. In our culture, we are taught to respect elders even when they don't respect themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ramson Muhiru. I work with MBS TV. I have just 2 questions. You have encouraged Ugandans to stand up and vote overwhelmingly. I would like to have your take, the general assessment of the Electoral Commission's preparedness as we count days to the voting day. And the second question is about the rampant denominations by the Electoral Commission. What do you make of that? You know, how it is affecting the party? Looks like it's not about to stop, just later.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, the Electoral Commission is not independent. The Electoral Commission has descended into the arena. Started with the chairperson of the Electoral Commission coming out to attack our theme of this vote, protest vote, illegally and immorally. That showed that the Electoral Commission chairperson has a side. But again, he has gone ahead to ignore his mandate of being in charge of the election. The Electoral Commission is not in charge of this election. You have seen Museveni's son, Muhoozi, who hates the military, appointing himself as the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission. So just like in 1980, the 2026 election has been largely taken over by the military, but by the strong will of the people, we shall persevere. So about the readiness of Mr. Byabakama, that is his question to answer. But we say he is not to be trusted, the Electoral Commission is not to be trusted, but good enough, Article 1 of the Constitution places all power in the hands of the people of Uganda. About the rampant denomination of our people, that again goes further to show not only the illegal behavior of the Electoral Commission, but the bias. You have seen our brother Honorable Walukaga Mathias denominated. Even when the High Council, the Council for Higher Education, clearly indicated that he possessed the minimum qualification. But the one Rashande who stopped probably in P2 has not been denominated. The same has happened to 7 of our candidates, 8 now of our candidates being denominated across the country, leave alone those that were denied the nomination, like Comrade Alupo Masse. You have seen that the Electoral Commission is being used by those that are in power. This is a very, very embarrassing move by the Electoral Commission. They think they're hurting us, but they're helping us expose themselves. You will notice that the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, ensured that the people that were running against her were denied the right to be nominated. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament made sure that those that were running against him are not nominated. The Vice President, same thing. The Prime Minister, same thing. The Finance Minister, Kasaija, same thing. So, you realize that this is a joke. But I want to assure Ugandans that as soon as we get to a new Uganda, as soon as the rule of law is restored, please wait for those by-elections. The people of Uganda deserve and indeed will have the right to vote for their leaders, and they will not have stooges imposed on them.
We are taking the next question.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is David from Daimonta. I'm asking about water protection.
Sorry, maybe before you ask the question, I will also add to that answer that shamelessly, some of the candidates have been coerced, others bought out to the tune of 500 million each. Imagine a government, imagine an old man in his 80s who prides himself in having fought for democracy, buying out candidates to the extent that some of our candidates were arrested, put in prison, and intimidated. Then they reached out to them in prison. Shame on you, Museveni. Please go on with your question.
There is a request from Muhil. The question is about
Damobi buze nayo mu Luganda. Lwaki wabibuuza mu Luzungu?
Sebo mbadde mbuuza nti wali akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ka denominates abantu bannakibiina bangi kikyo kyogerako kubanga n'olwaliro waliwo omuntu avuddeyo kyenkana buli lunaku abaayo be badenominatinga then n'ekyokubiri gyonna assessment y'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda nga tugenda mu kulonda ennaku kati tubalambale tukunze bannayuganda okuvaayo mu bungi balonde olowooza akakiiko kaliibwedde.
Webale nnyo. Akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ne bwe kandyagadde okubeera redde si ke kali mu mitambo gy'okulonda kuno. Akakiiko k'ebyokulonda bwe bansolo teyina mannya. Mwami Byabakama si yali mitambo gy'okulonda kuno. Mwami Byabakama n'akakiiko ke tebeetengeredde. Ye nga ye already yalaga saidi tulinga abavuganya n'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ne poliisi n'amagye n'ebitongole byonna mu gavumenti. mwami abakama yasooka kuvaayo n'avumirira eŋŋombo yaffe eya protest vote nga talina tteeka n'erimu lyasonzeemu n'amala n'avaayo mu buswavu bw'ekitalo nga mulamuzi mulamba munnamateeka naye n'agamba ebyamateeka temubigoberera naye temubeerawo temukuma akalulu kamwe mwami byabakama gwe tulumiriza okubba akalulu kaffe ate ne mukama we Museveni yavaayoko n'agamba nti twegatta naye ne tubba obululu bwe kaakati mwami byabakama bw'oba tukulumiriza okubba akalulu nga ne boosi wo yali akulumirizaako lwaki toyagala bannayuganda bakuuma akalulu kaabwe ate nga amateeka bwe gagamba gwe nga munnamateeka oyinza otya okugamba abantu nti amateeka temugagoberera just temujja ekyo tekijja kukola tujja kukuuma akalulu kaffe n'ekirala muze mulaba nti amagye galinga gawamba okulonda kuno okufaananako ng'okulonda okwa 1998 amagye bwe gawamba okulonda mutabani wa Museveni nga yakulira amagye yeefudde omwogezi w'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda naye era nga bwe tuze tugamba amaanyi g'abantu bonna gajja bayinga obuuziza ne ku nsonga ey'okujja abakulembeze baffe ne bakandideti baffe abeesimbyewo ku lukalala ekyo nno kya buswavu muze mulaba ng'abantu baffe babajja ku lukalala mwalaba Honorable Mathias Walukaga bwe bamujja ku lukalala ne bagamba talina buyigirize bumala ali ku university nga n'ekakiiko ak'okuntikka akekebejja ebyobuyigirize kawandiika ne kakakasa nti Walukaga alina obuyigirize obwetaaga okwesimbawo naye ne gy'asomera nabo ne bawandiika naye akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ko ne kagamba tasaanidde akakiiko ke kamu kakkiriza Lwasande eyakoma mu P2 okwewandiisa ne bamunominatinga agende yesimbewo okuba MP tekikomyawo mu kulonda kuno obuswavu bwongedde okulabika mu nkola ya mwami byabakama n'akakiiko kakulemberako ebyokulonda abakungu bonna mu gavumenti ya Museveni yamulagira nti tebabaako ababeesimbako kubanga mu kulonda kwa 2021 bonna twabawangula ba vice president ba minister twala tugende kakati yatidde okuswala kuno kwe kusalawo ti sipiika we Anita Amongo ogwe mumanyi bulungi omubbi teyesimbikako n'asalawo ti vice president we Jessica Lupo teyesimbibwako era abaali babeesimbyeko ne babagaana okwesimbawo ti prime minister we Nabbanja gwe mumanyi obulungi nti naye talina kwesimbibwako ti minisita we ow'ebyensimbi ne deputy speaker tebalina kwesimbibwako era abaali babeesimbyeko ne babajja ku lukalala tebakomaawo mu buswavu bw'ekitalo nga bakozesa ssente z'omusolo bagenda bagula abo bakandideti baffe abeesimbawo nga buli omu bamuwa miliyoni 5 nga kwe kuli n'abo abaali baganye ne babakwata ne babassa mu kkomera ne babasanga mu kkomera obakkirizisa ebyo ekyo nno kyongera okulaga obuswavu bwabwe naye era njagala mumanye nti bannayuganda oluvannyuma lwa byonna bagenda kuwangula mwebale nnyo mu
My name is David from Daily Monitor. I have a question concerning your strategy on voter protection. Because you have talked about beat chat, the app that you use to communicate, given the fact that we may have internet disruptions. The first question is this app going to work on a presidential or even at MP level? Then the second question, how is it going to be different? Because you are saying even in 2021 you had another application like in this regard. So explain more on your strategy to ensure that you have different results as in line with disagreeing with 2021 elections. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Did you ask 2 questions? Please repeat them. The first one was about the app.
The first one was explain more. The app, is it going to work on a presidential standard or even at MP?
Thank you. I'll answer one question at a time. The Beat Chat app is not only for the presidential. It is for all youth. We are only advising Ugandans to find alternative means of communication. And this is not only limited to Beat Chat. Beat Chat is what is available, and we are encouraging people to learn it, use it, and get accustomed to it. It is not only for presidential, also for parliamentary and other levels. It is not ours. And we also encourage even NRM people to use it, because we want people to defend their victory. We want people to defend, to protect the vote. This relates to the idea of people staying and observing the election. It is not only for us in the opposition, but even those in other parties, even NRM. Please stay behind and protect your candidates' votes. All we want is a free and fair election. We want transparency. And transparency goes to whoever pursues it. So BitChat is not limited only to us or only to the presidential election. It is all across cutting. And your second question, please.
The second question was about efficiency, because you are saying in 2021 you had another similar app that you used for voter protection. So how is this one? How is it going to be different from 2021 in regard to efficiency and influence voter number? The results.
Thank you very much. We don't own BitChat, so it is not us to explain its efficiency. It's an option that we have and we want to use it. But also, talking about 2021 and now, I will remind you that Mandela taught us that in an oppressive system, it is not the oppressed that plan the way forward. Many times, our course of action is decided and determined for us by our oppressors. We probably wouldn't be talking about BitChat, but because we know that they might or will cut off the internet, that's why we're trying to find alternatives. We had your vote in 2021 because the regime was only switching off social media and not the entire internet. But in 2021, they were so scared, they switched off the entire internet. Now we are envisioning all scenarios and we're planning for them accordingly. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, with those few answers and remarks, I want to take this opportunity on my behalf and on behalf of the National Unity Platform to wish you a Happy New Year 2026 and a Happy New Uganda under the National Unity Platform government. Thank you very much for God and our country.